do anything with this. £40, 12 ounces. Happy days. Wicked. Let's get her back. It's in. Hello, welcome back. Today's the 26th of July and you're joining us on the banks of D Lake, which is part of the Nunnery Syndicate. So it feels like a complete age since last done a video, but to be honest, I haven't really been fishing that much. Last July, I had a little boy who's just turned 1, so I haven't really done that much bank time. I think I've only done 2 or 3 nights since he was born. So, and the last session that I've done on here, I think it was around August time. I've done an overnighter. And it was the first time using Baitworks bait as well, and I had 2 in a night. One of them was the same fish that Kieran had. It was his first fish. I think it was a high 20. I think he had it at 28 something, and I had it at 29.8. And then about an hour later, I had another one, which was a mid 20. So well chuffed to get off the mark. First time using Baitworks, so that's pretty awesome. We got down here yesterday, just after midday. The lake was really stitched up. There was only 2 pegs free. Kieran got in steps, which is where he still is now. There's a few fish held up in the outer bounds, and it was fed a few days ago with a load of maize. So yeah, there's a few fish held up there. Kieran's just fishing tight up to the rope, hoping to coax a few out. I started off in Graveyard, which yeah, like I said, it was the last peg available. So I weren't really that happy where I was. So I was hoping to move today. Just got a few rods out, a little bit of bait, not much because I knew I was going to move. I didn't really see anything. No action, sort of apart from the odd liner, and I don't think anyone else on this bank has had any action either. So the guy who was in this peg where I am now, he had, I think he caught 1 and lost 2, lost one of them, which was this morning. So I think that's the last action that anyone's had that I know of. So yeah, I'm in No Name now. Rods are all out. We're going to go round for a barbecue. Kieran's just sort of a couple of pegs down. We're going to meet up in the middle, have a barbecue, a few beers and a bit of a social. And then, yeah, hopefully we'll bring you some action on the camera. Good morning. Pretty slow night, really. It's just gone about 5:30, 4:45. Yeah, nothing really to report. I haven't heard from Kieran, so I'm assuming he hasn't had anything either. But to be fair, it's not really a night bite water. The majority of the bites come sort of between just after first light and sort of right up until about 10 o'clock. And then sort of early, late afternoon as well. I think it has done the odd night bite, but yeah, it's quite rare, so I'm not too fussed that I haven't had no action yet. Bite time is kind of now, yeah, like I said, up until about sort of 9, 10 o'clock, so fingers crossed for a bite. There's quite a few fish crashing in the night. Not really sure where they were. I think they were probably just the other side of the bar. They sounded quite far out. Yeah, about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning they were lumping out. Sound like some quite good fish. We've got some much more carpy weather today, kind of overcast. I think we've got a 50% chance of rain for most of the day. Low pressure, just over 1,000. So yeah, it's looking good. Good conditions, so let's hope the fish play ball. I was looking back through on my Instagram yesterday and I think I got it the wrong way around. The fish that I had in August last year, I had the mid 20 mirror first, that was just before first light. And then I had the linear, I think it was about sort of an hour after first light. I think I did get some footage of the linear, so if I can dig it out, I'll sort of overlay it on the video now. What a result. Came down last night for an overnighter, got here about 4:30, found a few fish just in front of the peg that I'm in now, and had one 4 o'clock this morning. That was 27 pound on the nose, and then a couple of hours later I flicked a choddy to some fizzers, and yeah, this is the result. Awesome. Turns out it's the same fish that Kieran had when we fished the opening night. Proper buzzing. Yeah, like I said, it was out of this peg. The mirror that I had was just cast down to the right halfway between here and the island. And that was fished over sort of about 100 baits. And then the linear, there was a fish crashing between here and the peg directly opposite. wasps. It crashed 2 or 3 times, and I put a choddy on it with a scent from Hale White, and yeah, about half an hour later it went off. Yeah, that went 29.8, I believe. Cracking looking fish. It's really weird that Kieran had that fish on his first session, and yeah, it's one of the first fish that I caught as well. I think Kieran had a mid-20. If I don't know if you've seen the previous video, but I'll put a link into it now. Yeah, he had a mid-20 on his first fish, and then his second fish was the linear. Yeah, and I had pretty much exactly the same, which is a bit strange. Kieran's had that fish again this season as well. It's the first time it went 30. I think he had that from Steps, the peg that is in today. Also back in August, Kieran was in this peg, I think it was August, and he was fishing just down to the right under the tree, about 3-4 rod lengths out, and he had a 44-pound common. I'm not sure the official name, but I think it was known as Jigsaw. Over 40 years old, that fish. Yeah, what a carp. Kieran done a bit of time down here last year, or last season. I think he did have a few. Yeah, that Jigsaw was definitely the pick of the bunch. Quick update, it's 7:45. Put the door on now because it's started raining. Still bite time. Kieran's just slipped one back, so he's got off the mark. It was just a little 16 stocky mirror. I think he got a little bit of footage on his phone, so I'll slip that in now.
So here we go. We're off the mark. 16 £4. It's not the biggest, but it's very welcome. So yeah, we'll get some steels, slip her back, and hopefully get a bigger one. Come on.
I think when you're on a blank and you get one, it doesn't really matter how big it is. You're just sort of happy to get off the mark. Pressure's off then. I think we're going to see what happens in the next couple of hours. If I don't get any action or I don't see any signs of fish in front of me, I may think about moving. I know there's a couple of pegs free, first and second, or first is going to be free about mid-morning, and Phil, the guy who was in there, he had a 30 common last night, or sort of just before dark. So I don't know if the fish are still down there. I'll give him a bell in a bit and see if he had anything this morning, or see if the fish are still down there. But yeah, could be looking to move again. The guy in bench, I'm not sure if he had anything, but there was a few lights on there last night. That's free as well, so that could be an option. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the next couple of hours, and if nothing happens, then I think we'll definitely look for a move. Still got 24 hours left, so I've got to try and make the most of it and try and catch. Right, it's nearly 9 o'clock now, starting to get itchy feet. I have seen a few fish the other side of the lake, to the right of a peg called Andy's. Someone dropped in there this morning, so that's a bit of a pain. Well, for me, not for him. I've spoke to a couple of guys that are on this bank, one in first and one a couple of swims down from me. None of them have seen or had anything, so it looks like this side of the lake has gone a bit dead. Now I think my only option is going to be to move into bench. I did hear those fish the other side of the bar last night, and I think the guy who was in bench last night had one, so yeah, I think that's my only option. I'm going to give it another half an hour or so here, wait until bite time is sort of completely gone, or the chances are gone, and yeah, I'll reel in, get my rods over there, my mat, come back and then pack up. So next time you see me, I'll probably be in a different peg. We'll catch up in a bit. Right, hopefully you can hear me all right. It's pretty windy. We've got 40-mile-an-hour winds due this afternoon, so hopefully there's not too much sort of wind noise on the microphone. Yeah, it took me a while to decide where I wanted to go earlier. I packed my stuff up, or I packed my rods up first, brought my rods round to this peg, just on what I saw or heard last night. Went back, packed up in the rain, got drenched, put everything on my barra, and before I came round here, I just went, got my stuff out the swim, and then walked down to the first. We've got 40-mile-an-hour winds due, southwesterly, blowing right down the lake this afternoon, and I thought it's got to be worth going down there to have a quick look. So I got down there, and I was there about 30 seconds, and one clattered right out the water. So I was then undecided where I wanted to go. It didn't look like a feeding fish because it literally came right out to the wrist of the tail. So I was then thinking, maybe should I go down there? Didn't really know. And I thought I'll come back and have one more look in this peg before I make my mind up. Walked all the way back round the lake, got in here, and just as I got in here, one showed about 30 yards out that way. And then pretty much straight after that, one showed about 3 or 4 rod lengths out just down there. and I'm pretty sure it was a fish known as Barry's mate. Came out, I saw the whole flank of the fish, fins in the air, and then it came out straight away again. I thought, right, that's it, that's all I need to know. Quickly went as fast as I could, got my barra, came around here, and I've just took my rods off the barra and flicked two rods out, just one really close in, just down sort of to my left, and one a little bit further out where they've been fizzing. So yeah, trying to make as little noise as possible, but yeah, I think this is the most confident I've ever been on this lake, just because the number of fish that I know are here, and which fish they are as well. So yeah, I'm not going to bother getting anything set up. I want to try and stay as quiet as I possibly can, and yeah, I'm just going to sit here for a bit, and yeah, hopefully I'll update you shortly with a fish, maybe. Catch you in a little while. Oh, it's fizzing up just down there. Big sheets of bubbles. I've never actually fished this peg before, but just down to my left is really, really deep. Put quite a long rig on that rod because I didn't know what the bottom was like. It went down quite soft, but I'm using quite a long rig, so on a pop-up, so I'm not too fussed about that one. My left rod went down with a crack. Again, that was deep as well, probably about 12 or 13 foot, I guess. But yeah, they're sheeting up all in front of me, so I'm feeling good for a bite now. Just going to bring this rod in. Nothing's changed on my rig. Strange that my line was slack as anything, and oh, sheeting up there again. Yeah, my line was slack as anything. I was talking to the camera, and when I turned back round, my line was dead tight. So I definitely had an occurrence, and it stayed tight. It didn't like go slack again, like a line bite. But I'm just going to cast a bit further out to where they've been sheeting up for the last sort of 10 or 15 minutes. Just going to cast right past them and then bring it back gently. Quite soft, but I'm going to leave that there and get out of the way. I think I'm going to crumb up some baits and just flick a few tiny chops out. They're obviously feeding down there. Try and get them on the boilies. Alright, quick update. Of course, blowing a hoolie now. Hopefully this isn't coming out too bad on camera, but yeah, about an hour after my last update, my left rod tore off, and I had a fish known as 2.4 in the net. Normally goes high 40s, but it went 40 pound and 12 ounces. Yeah, so I'm absolutely over the moon. Can't believe it. So the move, or all of the moves, finally paid off with yeah, the move on the last day. But I tried to get some footage of it, but it screamed off and I couldn't get to the camera in time. So I did try and get back and turn everything on. So I don't know how it's come out. So yeah, I'll edit that footage into the video now. Hopefully you can hear me all right. It's now about 2:30 and I've just had a screamer. Oh, my heart is racing. Pretty sure the fish is right over the other side of the bar at the moment. Oh. Gosh, got some power. Oh, I can feel it grating. Oh, it's on the surface out there, look.
Huh?
It's on the surface right over the other side of the bar. Oh, my heart is racing, man. Have you just pegged it round here?
Yeah, I'm knackered now, I like that.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming towards me now. Come on. Kieran was in my peg a little while ago. Reeled in, came round and was thinking about moving. And then on his way round, he's seen loads of fish fizzing on the rope again. So ran back round to get his rods out. And as he got back, my rod screamed off.
Big.
I'm not saying nothing. It's just plodding.
What ones do you need from me?
Fish, all of them. Nice floating, isn't it?
Be careful, it's okay.
Yeah, it didn't look that big, I don't think. I don't know. That's not a stocky, mate. That's got some whip to it.
Decent fish.
That does look good, yeah.
Sprint it around here, boy. In it.
Oh,
Get in there. Don't have a baby Stella.
I'm not sure. It looks too small to be Stella. That's Stella, isn't it?
No, that's 2.4.
Is it really?
That's 2.4 fish, yeah.
Oh my god.
2.4 fish. Did go over far. Yeah, it's not fresh though.
Tell me if it needs to go like left or right or...
Yeah, the tail needs to come forward. Tail up a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, mate. Tail up. Head towards me a little bit.
Yeah? God, heavy, man. All right, here we go. First fish of the season. Fish known as 4.2.
2.4.
2.4. 40 pound, 12 ounces. Happy days. Wicked. Let's get her back. Get in. Oh, that was a bit of a blur. Yeah, so as you can tell, or as you can probably guess, I am proper buzzing. Well chuffed to be off the mark this season. Yeah, we've been pretty decent fish as well. So yeah, I'll do a few more updates. Still got until about 9 o'clock in the morning. So, and they're still fizzing out in front of me as well. So fingers crossed, yeah, for some more action. Catch up in a bit. Good evening. It's now 7:45, 8 o'clock. It's been a bit quiet for the last sort of half an hour to an hour. The shows have stopped and I haven't seen anything fizzing this side of the rope for a while either. There's still quite a few fish in the outer bounds. They're still sort of showing and fizzing. Kieran said there's quite a few showing sort of close to where he's fishing. So I think he's quite confident of a bite. My rods are all back out now. Left rod sort of quite close to where I had that fish before. I've just scattered a few baits around it. Middle rod is in slightly shallower water. Again, just scattered a few baits around it. And then my right rod is towards the bar, just back from the bar. Just cast onto it, pulled back and waited for it to like drop right down the front of the bar. Then it goes down with a hell of a crack at sort of this side of it. I reckon it's probably going to be the last update I do tonight now, unless we get any more action. I'll get the cameras back out. But yeah, if I don't see you before, it will probably be sort of after first light. So hopefully we'll see you before with another fish. But yeah, we shall see. Catch up with you soon. Good morning. It's about just before 5 o'clock. Pretty quiet night to be fair. I didn't really expect much. Yeah, sort of just before, just after dark they started showing again. But the shows sort of, they were getting further and further to my right, out into open water. I had a couple show of my right rod, so I started to get a bit confident that I was going to get a bite through the night. But yeah, the shows just got further and further away, and I think they pushed out into open water. I'm hoping they're going to come back before I'm off. Kieran hasn't had nothing. He said they've been showing all night, sort of just behind the rope, so that they know where the safe zone is. Like I said, we've still got about 4 hours left, 3.5, 4 hours until I've got to start packing up and thinking about reeling in. So I'm still hopeful for a bite. And yeah, I'll keep you updated. Time to put the kettle on. Morning, last knock-ins now. It's just gone 8 o'clock. Not really much to report since I last done an update. There's not been many showing, not in my water anyway. They seem to have been showing sort of over the other side of the bar now. So I think last night they must have pushed out. But I have seen some fizzes just down to my right. And I've just flicked a choddy out there. I don't know what the bottom's like, but yeah, never know. So that's pretty much going to be the end of the vlog. If unless I get something else, I'll get the camera back out. But I hope you enjoy the video. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. Head over there and give us a follow. That'd be appreciated. So yeah, Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again soon. Tight lines.